basic story is that hundreds of thousands of years ago, an extraterrestrial species came to Earth that we refer to as the Anu or the Annunaki in ancient Sumerian language. And basically, they were mining for gold for a particular reason that had to do with something of using it to balance out the climate or some situation on their planet that had gotten out of balance. And it was a very large scale task. They found that the group that came here wasn't necessarily sizable enough to achieve the task in the time frame they needed to, so they needed help. And they used their genetic and very advanced genetic technology to infuse their genes into the natural hominid that existed on the earth at the time, Homo erectus or what have you, and basically created Homo sapiens. And Homo sapiens were used as workers to help them mine the gold and all this. Now, a lot of this is supposedly what's couched in biblical phrases of, man being made in the image of God, because these ETs were looked at as gods because of their abilities and all this. But from what I understand, this group was not supposed to have done that. And that was kind of outside of their laws to have used their genes to create Homo sapiens as a new species, that we were supposed to be left to evolve on our own. And they accelerated all of that and changed all of that. And
Very
so they
quickly.
were recalled because, again, they had done something they weren't supposed to do. And from that point forward, the rest of the Anu society realized, okay, well, now that this group of beings, Homo sapiens, has been created, we're kind of responsible for them. So we're going to have to guide them for a while. We're going to have to see what they can do. We're going to have to help them a little bit, but then eventually we're going to have to kind of pull back, remain in the background, and see if they can make it on their own. So again, I think in a nutshell, that is the story of the Anu as it relates to the creation of Homo sapiens, and why there are such stories in ancient texts like the Bible of people being, cultures being led through the desert by the pillar of fire and cloud, and Ezekiel seeing these, this ring within rings coming down on a mountaintop, and interactions between humans and extraterrestrials as guides to help us build a culture that we would ultimately be able to sustain and take our place among, the sentient beings of the galaxies.